On the plateau, there's an entire off-grid family compound hidden. So remote, it was impossible for me to find on my own. So I had him meet me on the side of the road so I can follow him. Upon meeting him, he pointed out in the direction towards the sky and told me that he lived on top of a mountain. I pretended like I knew which mountain that he was referring to, and I began following him deep into the Arizona desert. We traveled for miles and miles. Nothing or no one in sight. When we finally made it, I was shocked. I wasn't expecting what I seen. It wasn't some cabin in the woods. There were multiple homes of RVs, animals, workshops, even a rec center for the family. Somehow, over the last 6 years, this place grew slowly into a hidden off-grid compound. When they first got here, they were living in a tent. Now there's family members spread all over the property, living in cabins, trailers. The deeper I got into this place, the more questions I started having, because there's clearly a bigger story behind all of this. Reggie, how many acres are we on?
It's technically 37. We just say 40. That's my other son right here.
Is this like a family compound type thing?
Yeah. So it's a family compound.
Okay.
So his house is right there. And yeah.
How old is he?
He's 17.
He got his own house?
Yeah.
All right.
That's his car right there.
Okay. Hey, y'all Toyota loyal too?
Yeah, we Toyota. Yeah, my cousin, he came in a Wagoneer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him right there. So yeah, man. So that's my daughter's house right there, my youngest daughter. And then that's the barn. That right there, I call it the rec center. That's pretty much where we have fun at. So if you want to go in there, we can go in there, or we can take a walk up there.
Wherever, man. Wherever.
All right. Let's go check out the animals. I've been out here for going on 6 years. But the first 3 years, it was rough. We came out here in a little 21-foot trailer, and we lived in that. It was me, my wife.
About to get very, 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 very bad.
My dad just told me to order a pallet of water from Costco, and I don't really know what that means, but I ordered it and now I'm waiting for it, and I'm scared that it won't fit in my truck.
Okay guys, so I'm at Walmart right now, and considering everything that's going on with the war and whatnot, I think people are finally starting to wake up. More people are getting woke, and I'm going to show you why. Hold on. Okay, so anyways, hopefully you can still see and hear. But anyways, this section right here, this is usually where they keep all the dehydrated food, all the emergency tubs, things like that. This damn thing never is touched, and look at it now. I'm really hoping we don't go into another situation like COVID and toilet paper and all that other kind of shit keeps disappearing. But this right here tells me something. I live in Oregon, in a little bitty place in the mountains. But I guess better be safe than sorry.
I've been telling people for the last year that hard times are coming, and it looks like hard times are here, y'all. So here's a couple of things that I've stocked up on in the last year. Most importantly, water. This is not all my water. This is about 2 Sam's Club cases of water, and I've got 2 more Costco cases of water in the car, and I'm going to get more water. You need about 1 gallon per person per day, so stock up on your water. Up there, we not only have pasta, we have simple extendable dry food. Now look, do I normally make my cornbread and stuff from scratch? Absolutely. But this is 40 ounces and it costs less than $4. You do the math. You can turn this into a bunch of different things. You could extend this into a bunch of different things. Again, $4. I have multiples, cause duh. Another thing I've stocked up on, sauces, juices, oils. Anything that might be hard to get later, I'm stocking up. We got seasonings down there. We got juice up here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Get you a deep freezer. If you live somewhere like an apartment, you don't have a ton of space, you can get a small one, but you would be surprised what you can fit in this thing. Frozen vegetables, Italian sausage, whole chickens. I also have a whole turkey down there, but I'm not picking that up. Also, having a deep freezer allows you to keep your regular freezer for stuff that's a little easier to grab, like ice cream or maybe frozen pizzas. But what do? I do things like this. These are bones. As I cook throughout the month, I collect the bones, freeze them, and at the end of the month, turn them into a super rich bone broth. It's got collagen. It's got everything you need. It's got all that stuff that they're selling back to us. But also, that means I don't have to buy what? Broth. I know what's in it because I made it. This last one's a bit of a bonus, but it's really important to me. I made sure to grab the herbs and things to grow that I use both in my cooking and in my practices. I have a giant bucket of peppermint. I have, sage. And I know that it's sourced ethically because I grew it. I've got oregano, parsley, thyme, rosemary, lavender. Look at this basil. I have these things, and with nothing but a balcony, I can grow my own. And one last one for the road. If you have a hobby, stock up on your hobby supplies. So as for me, my hobbies are limitless.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 26. For Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail, to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Ruach Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, safety to the Lord's elect. So, Brother Yeshaya, all right, coming at you with a video, Lord willing, is edifying, about, doomsday prepping is basically being set up for the elect. Okay, they're coming to time right now where they're already setting it into play. They're, kill Gates and all, he's buying up, all this farmland. Okay, I think he owns over 80% of the farmland in the whole United States, if my memory serves me correct. All right, and basically, he's the forerunner for what these G to the M to the O's. Okay, lab created meat, which totally jacks your body up because your body is only meant to process and intake actual food, and it really goes down to a molecular level how it can destroy you. But hey, Esau Edom, he knows this, and he uses it. But going back to the topic of the lesson, okay, I'm gonna read this once again, and this goes into something deeper, but you can put it on the surface level too. That's why these scriptures, they're living waters. They can apply multifold in certain situations. Ecclesiastes 2 and 26, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travaileth, to gather and to heap up, that he may give unto him that is good before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So, these are times to come. You can go to the book of Amos, Joel, and certain books. Lord said, I see a man grabbing his loins as if a woman in travail. So it's going to get so weak, so bad out here that these men, which, if you're not within the fold of the elect, you're a weak man. All right. If you're not, covered by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's grace, okay, you're going to be caught out here looking like you're going to bitch out. You're going to lose your fucking brain and your body is going to follow. Okay. You're going to lose track of your functions. All right, because it's about to get so bad out here, and that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua put the spirit on. Start with our apostles and elders to sound the alarm. Okay, and to continue to remind you people that it's gonna get so bad out here, man. But the elect is gonna be okay, and that's hence the topic for this lesson. Okay, the provisions and the things that are being set up like doomsday prepping, that's for the elect in that day. Okay, the elect are gonna stumble upon this big old farmland compounds, whether it's for a long duration or for a short pit stop to, refuel, if you're maneuvering through the wilderness or whatnot. You never know how the Lord set it up, but we know and we believe, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that the Lord is going to, basically have our back, so to say, in that day. All right. Isaiah 15:65-13, Salaki. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my ooh, this is so perfect how it goes into it, because it mentions that vexation of spirit, okay, what we just read in Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, 26th verse. So starting over Isaiah 65:13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall have a vexation of spirit. Okay, and then in Ecclesiastes it said this is a vanity and vexation of spirit. All right, being without, especially to the point of starving and thirst. Okay, dying of thirstiness, your body really starts to cannibalize itself, and it's not a pleasurable feeling. Because with that physical feeling, also you got mental issues that happen. You start seeing things. All right, start seeing things that are not there. Okay, all because your body is in a state of shock and panic, because it's withering away, and the last fat cells stores that you have is going to be exhausted, and then to the point where your muscle then goes, and then before you know it, you're out of here. I think the human body can survive 5 days without food or something like that at most. No, like 13 days without food, but 5 days without water, I think. So, Isaiah 40:11, he shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are young. Okay, and we claim to be, all right, the flock of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says his flock is with men. All right, starting with the 144,000, the 1/3 remnant, which is spearheaded by the 144,000. Okay, the 144,000 are all men. Like when you go into the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, it talks about he reserved 7,000 men that have not bowed their knee to Baal. So that's a completion, all right, in the thousands, that 144,000. Okay, the same ones that are talked about in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, I believe. Or the 14th chapter, Salaki. But anyway, yeah, so hey, that's why we're doing the things that we're doing, not through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're what? Putting storehouses, all right, putting up in the storehouses of heaven, okay, to withdraw in that evil day, all right, because this day is going to be evil, all right. 1 Kings 17, and this is Elijah, okay. This is the case of Elijah the prophet, all right, the example, where the Lord took care of him and fed him by what? Ravens, all right, and he was by a brook, so he had the fresh water. 1 Kings 17:1, and Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh power of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Get thee hence and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. Okay, so the Lord got us, no matter what mechanism he uses to do it, okay, whether it be an animal. Man, the Lord can make things appear out of nowhere. And the brother, the priest Bakwar, he did a video about how the Lord can basically, he can turn your hunger off. He can make something appear out of nowhere, and he was basically going into the phases of how we're going to get fed through Jacob's trouble. So I think that was a good lesson. So yeah, man. All right. Now going back into the Apocrypha, all right, to Bel and the Dragon, which is, basically an extension of the book of Daniel, 1:34. So yeah, actually I'm gonna start at this is when Daniel was in the lion's den, and the Lord took Habakkuk, which was his scribe, okay, another prophet, by his hair, all right, and transferred him over to Elijah to drop him off some food, man. This is Bel and the Dragon 1 and verse 30. And when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who's cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. And in the den were 7 lions, and they were giving them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep. And when they were not given to them, to the intent that they might devour Daniel. So basically they were starving. Then there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who made a pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go carry the dinner that thou hast unto Babylon, unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, "O Daniel, Daniel, take the Daniel which Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have sent thee." So there you go. And Daniel said, "Thou hast remembered thee, O power. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee." Okay, we go back to the book of Sirach. It says, let's get it, since I'm already here. Sirach or Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Wait. Actually, is it 2? Yeah, tripping. Yeah, 2 and 10. Look at the Salakia. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay, and Daniel is an example of a forefather that fits this prophecy. If you love Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that means he loves you. And if he loves you, he's going to take care of you, okay? No matter what, because he through him is the issues of death, of have a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people have not been afraid, have evil been done in the city, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have not done it. Come on, man. Matthew 6 and 26, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather in barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much more better than they? So if we're doing this work and we really, truly believe we're men of the Lord, okay, and we keep to the end, the Lord's going to look out for us, man. All right. And that's provisions. That's, these storehouses, these bunkers. Okay. And that's why the apostles and the bishops and the elders always talk about watching those end time movies. The Road, the Book of Eli. What's the one with Batista? I got to watch that one over. Certain movies like that. Okay. It get you in the mode and get your mind ready for and picture yourself in these things, all right, in these certain situations, man. So Lord willing, it'll be easier. I know it sounds professional, but it'll be easier when it really comes to fruition, coupled with your faith. Verse 27, which of you by taking any thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore it is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua so clothed the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven. Shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or where shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that that you have need of all these things. So Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, he issues famines and pestilences and all that, but he also can deliver you out of it, okay? He can deliver you out of the same thing that he set up, because what? He made it. Philippians 4 and 19. But my power shall supply all your need according to his richness and glory by Yahushua HaMashiach. So, man, riches in heaven, riches, just anything you need to substantiate yourself, man. The Lord got us, man. You got to believe that, all right? And I'm going to end it with this one. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. So he has everything, all these provisions set up to where the elect are going to get through them, all right? Whether, you say something and you fly under the radar, whether an angel appears and covers you and shields you and make you invisible like a cloak in front of people, all right? Maybe, you transported somewhere where brothers are. Hey, the sky's the limit to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. There is no limit, all right? And we believe that, because we have faith. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Ending it with that, giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, safety to the Lord's elect out there. Until next time, Shalom.